What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Jay's Corner TCG live stream. On the podcast today, we got the one and only PokésStocked. What's going on, Stocked?
How's it going, Jay? Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
How's everyone doing today?
Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully, you guys welcome in PokésStocked, and I hope the audio is set up properly. Hey man, it always gives me this is why I have everybody come on about 15 minutes early to make sure the audio is good. But hey, you never know what's gonna happen.
Sure.
Dude, Stocked, thanks for coming in on the podcast. I know we kind of talked about it for a while now, and I'm glad that we were able to finally make it happen.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks for having me here. I really appreciate it, Jay. It's my first podcast, so let's see how it goes. And thank you guys so much for joining us here, and I really appreciate the opportunity here, Jay. Thank you so much.
Let's, man, it's been great to see you come into the community and then just flourish and be a part of it, man. So thank you so much for being in here. Let's welcome everybody that's coming in. If you guys are in here right now, make some noise. Say something. I guess you guys can't make noise, but say something in chat.
I can't hear you guys.
You're like, hey, you gotta be as loud as Stock pulling a Steamboat Willie.
Oh man,
that's the kind of energy we need right now. Hey, Panda in the building. Panda, what's going on? Corey G, Rainstorm about to crash this stream. So, hey, Corey, I don't want any negativity in here, man. So we have some rain coming in right now, Stock. So we'll see. California, we're not used to any rain. We're not used to the rain.
Yeah, it's always sunny over there, right?
Dude, it should be always sunny. But, every now and then we got Ricky Hernandez in the building, Dizzy Hippie, Rio, Steven, Calm, Broly, Pools, Baby Broly, exclamation point Baby Broly, exclamation point Stock. Make sure you follow these legends in chat right now as well. We got Alex in the building, Vale and Sun. TCG said, yo, what's going on, Vale and Sons? Welcome in right now. Tam's in the building. It's wild out here, said Corey. It's not raining over here yet, Corey, so I'm glad. So hopefully we're good on that. Smack That Daddy in the building. So thank you all so much for being in here on the live stream. It's always fun to be able to talk to another creator, someone we've never had on the podcast. Stocked, you saying this is your first podcast and everything. I'm assuming, have you really ever talk to anybody about your journey in the content space by any means, like outside of maybe in like a chat or anybody who's ever reached out to you?
Yeah, I've probably talked to a few content creators here and there, just about future goals of the channel, and their own channels, stuff like that, but nothing really like formal setting like this,
right?
With another content creator. So this is kind of my first time in doing something like this at all. So.
Yeah. Well, formal is a little bit of a stretch, we don't. It's formally informal on the channel at times, but it's always fun. So with your content and everything, you, I believe you started in 2021. If I'm not like late 2021 in December, right? Roughly with the channel, at least making the channel. Maybe you didn't make any content yet, but I'm pretty sure it was like late 2021.
Yeah, it's actually like pretty much 2022. I think it was like December 14th or something like that. So,
okay.
Haven't been on the whole YouTube thing too long, but it's been quite the journey so far. Regardless, though, what I'm saying.
So what gave you the itch to want to do YouTube in the first place?
Well, I actually grew up with Pokemon. I think a lot of people in chat have grown up with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Kind of fell out of it towards my teenage years, just went into other TCGs, most notably Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of wish I never left, but did Yu-Gi-Oh! For a little bit during my college days, and then kind of got back into Pokemon with a bunch of my brothers and stuff. This was before the whole, Logan Paul craze. We're just kind of, getting back into it. What really got me back was Hidden Fates. That set was just fire, man.
Yeah.
There's so many awesome shiny cards in there, so many awesome callbacks to the Gen 1 Pokemon. So that's really what got me back into the whole, Pokemon TCG. And then actually content creation, my brother kind of started, his own content creation journey as well. And I was like, I kind of want to do something like that too, because it's kind of a cool thing to just document, where you start and then just see where it goes on from there. So that's kind of how I got started.
I mean, Hidden Fates is one of those sets that I feel like I feel like there's always those like sets that bring back people, like Hidden Fates for one, like in the more modern stuff, even more modern, it'd be like recently 151, or even Pokemon Go actually brought a lot of people in too because of like the crossover aspect between the video game and everything. There's always like those sets that bring a ton of people in. If you guys are in chat right now, let me know what set brought you back into Pokemon if you left, and if you didn't leave, tell me what your favorite set has been. We'll say X, Y, or earlier or newer, I would say. So it's not, you say your brother kind of started with content first, then, right?
Yeah. He started his own channel just for fun, and I think that's probably the main goal of any channel. Um, I mean, like you never know what's going to happen with your channel, but I think with anyone that starts content creation, the objective should be just to have fun.
Yeah.
So he kind of started his own journey. I was like, I kind of want to do this too, because I fell back in love with the entire Pokemon TCG, and just in collecting in general, just seeing the massive amounts of other people's collections. I'm like, man, I want something like that too. I want something like that too for myself, and maybe something to pass on later on to my kids.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So when your brother made content, then you said you kind of followed in the footsteps because you kind of wanted to document things. I think looking at your channel early on, it was mostly like pre-recorded like content, right? Pre-recorded content. Yeah. Were you making any shorts at that time?
I started out with just pre-recorded content, and then later on I kind of started dabbling into YouTube shorts as well. I think the majority of what I've done was probably YouTube shorts, but the whole like concept of content creation, I'm kind of the person that likes to tends to bite off more than they can chew. So I just kind of wanted to have this channel focused on like a bunch of stuff, as well as Pokemon. But I think having a narrow focus on exactly what you want is definitely the way to go for content creation. And just Pokemon was the one that was actually fun to start up with. So we used to be RWT Collecting. And then I swapped that name out to PokésStocked. And the original purpose of the channel wasn't to be necessarily stocked. Okay, it wasn't necessarily to be have a huge stock of packs for people to purchase it. The original goal was to show you all what's in stock. Maybe at your local Walmarts, your Targets, and stuff like that. So a lot of the early videos and stuff was for that sole purpose. You'll see what's in stock at your Walmart. You'll see this new tin, what's inside this new tin that's come out. But it just kind of morphed from there, and I guess we're just stocked as well as.
It's a double meaning that worked out really well in your favor right now. And I remember those early videos too. Like you would go to the stores, you would see what's in stock. You'd come back to your studio, you rip them open. So I remember those early videos, especially kind of when you crossed over to like the live stream setting of things. I remember. Well, I don't remember exactly when, but some of the first couple times that you came into my stream early on too, I just remember seeing you, and you kind of were asking questions about the whole live stream setting and style as far as Pokemon goes. What was like that motivation for you to kind of not, I won't say transition, because you still come out with pre-recorded content, you still do a lot of shorts. So what was the motivation kind of to try to come over on the live stream? I think for most people, I don't want to put words in your mouth before you say anything, but I think for most people, it was kind of just seeing that interaction that all the streamers have with everybody. It's like a big motivation for a lot of us, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think part of it, who hasn't heard of PokeRef? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of it's like just to have that sort of, pretty much person-to-person interaction with, people that are watching you. Community building is probably the best way to be done with live streams, because you're essentially there with each other real time. And I think that's probably what sparked my interest in live streams, because I had a small following, and then once we started live streaming, that's pretty much where the channel kind of took off from there. But the initial goal was just to do giveaways. That's kind of where I met probably some of the early supporters of the channel, was through like live stream giveaways, milestone giveaways, and all that jazz. So that's kind of where the inspiration started. Just I knew I was going to be in the future of the channel at some point,
Mm-hmm.
but I just didn't know when. And I guess, just kind of browsing around, seeing how other YouTubers do their content, their very own live streams as well, kind of helped me have that inspiration to go ahead and start doing that as well. Rip and ship, it's a very complicated style of live streaming. Obviously, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
Uh,
So that's kind of why we started out with like giveaways first, just kind of because it's pretty much the same thing, except
you,
people aren't purchasing products.
right.
You still have to ship it all out and stuff.
Right. It's less on the line on your end, just to kind of trickle into like that style. You're ripping packs for people, but they're not necessarily purchasing it. So it's like not as high stake. The stakes aren't as high because you're not taking people's money, and you're just trying to see if you can manage everything to start.
Yeah, exactly.
So I usually don't go into questions this early, but Ricky has a question in here that kind of piggybacks on the subject matter we're talking about right now. Ricky asks, since you both do openings, what was the hardest part about getting started doing that? What is the hardest part about it now?
Do you want to go first, Jay? Or
Yeah, I could go first. Let me just thank Rio357 real quick. Thank you so much, Rio, for gifting a membership, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to my man Rio. Make sure you go check him out. Check out his channel as well. Corey Schmidt getting gifted that as well. Thanks so much for being in here, Corey. Everybody else that's in here that I haven't been able to welcome in properly, but welcome in. So yeah, Ricky asking what was the hardest part about getting started doing that. I don't know about like the necessarily getting, I would like the behind the scenes stuff, making sure that you're trying to do everything legitimately, having your like business license and sales permit and stuff like that. That's one thing, but on top of that, I think I don't want to say the hardest thing about it, but the most nerve-wracking thing is like, is this really even worth it? Like, are people legitimately going to be in here like excited to be a part of it? Or, are you even going to sell a single pack when you go do it for the first time? As much as it is like about like showing love to the community and everything, you still get nervous. It's your first time ever trying something out like that. So that was one of the most nerve-wracking things. The hardest parts with it, I feel like, was trying to figure out how you're going to manage it after, like, once you start, like, okay, things are happening, I have stuff here for people. How am I organizing it to go through? How often am I going to be able to mail out realistically, and setting a realistic expectation for you and to be as transparent as possible with those people that are coming in, I would say. And on top of that, what is the hardest part about it now? I think it's just always time management has always been one of the most difficult things. Trying to be available to everybody and making sure that you communicate well with everybody about what's happening on the channel and when they can expect certain things to happen. I would say time management at this point. Stocked for you?
Yeah, I'd probably pretty much the same answers, honestly. Hardest part about the entire rip and ship scene is honestly just getting started, because that's probably the most nerve-wracking experience is when you start. You're like, oh my gosh, like, is anyone gonna show up? Is there gonna be anyone that's gonna like? It's so like, because like giveaways, like people will show up for giveaways, obviously,
right?
Because it's like it's free, you know. But like people coming here to see you open their cards, and have a good time. It's like, will anyone even take that chance? Anyone? It's when you start out, it's like the scariest thing, because you're just waiting. You're like, okay, is anything in queue? Is there? Okay. I guess let's do a giveaway, huh? Thank you guys so much for being here. And it's nerve wracking. It really is. And a lot of credit to people that have been doing this for a long time, because I remember my first live stream, I was exhausted afterwards. I was like, man, this is a lot of work. One, you're in front of people. And you're not used. I'm not like normally an extroverted guy. I'm kind of a introvert, but I can be extroverted when I need to be. But like,
I'm exactly the same way.
Yeah, exactly. After those initial live streams, I was just exhausted. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got to clean up all this stuff too. It's just like, it's really difficult to start. but the community always shows up. Obviously, you can't just do one live stream and be like, well, that was bad, let's just never do that again.
Right.
You got to keep on, you got to keep on going. You got to make sure that you are being consistent, and people, will start to realize, hey, this guy is legit. He's
Right.
a good rip and ship person, or all his giveaways are pretty fun, or his live streams are fun, but you just got to continue on with it, honestly. And the most difficult thing about a channel is just starting, because there's a ton of negative thoughts, negative emotions that go through your mind, that's preventing you from getting started. Like, oh, I don't have a good camera, so I'm never gonna start. Once that camera shows, oh wait, maybe I need a microphone as well. So it's just a lot of stuff that stops you from starting up a channel, doing giveaways, live streams, all that jazz. I think right now what's most difficult would be what you said, like time management. Like, wow,
dude, for you, dude. Every time you're like, no, everybody in chat's already saying it. You're
oh my god,
a marathon, man. And I think the most I've ever done as far as hours on the live stream, probably like 9 hours, and for a while we were consistently doing maybe 6 or 7 hours, and my back was hurting. I was tired. I was like, how the hell did I just do this for that long? You though. Yeah. So you cut it off right before the 12 hours. And and you make sure, like, if we're still going, all right, we'll do the extra time on a separate stream, which I mean is smart long term, because YouTube gets rid of everything after 12 hours.
Exactly.
When you first started to get to like that point of like those long live streams, how did you feel, and how do you keep up with it, man?
The feeling is like, it's weird, because like I know it's like 12 hours, 14 hours, but afterwards I'm like, did we really just stream for that long? Like, it honestly did not feel like that amount of time went by at all, because there's just so much going on.
Right. There's
just like, all this energy that's, being, opening packs, interacting with people. And it's just like so fun, because obviously like when you're having fun, time just goes by. But there are some days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't notice that my back was like, but like, it's just like in the moment, just all the adrenaline, all the, hanging out, just all that excitement. Just, you really don't even really understand it. It was just like 12 hours had gone by. You're just like, wow, that actually just happened. And I could open packs faster. I know I can. But, part of the whole, like, what I love about the channel is the interaction that I have, between me and whoever's packs I'm opening. So if they're in the live stream, I always like double check. Hey, are you ready for this poll? I think this is it. I think, and like just the hype. I don't mean to hype stuff up.
That's a lie.
I'm serious. I don't mean to hype stuff up. But
it's a genuine emotion, man. I get it.
Yeah, it's just whenever I can pull like a card, that someone was chasing, or maybe just a very expensive, alt art or something like that. Like the joy I get from that is like more than like pulling a card for myself. It's just so weird, like, because I know at the other end of that, they're super excited about that, and like I have to be excited about that as well, because like that just happened, and it just happened live for everyone to see. You see the entire chat just go like by really quick, and it's just like, I don't know, just that time goes by so fast.
Just that build up, man. So I always thought about it too, like early on when I started like the rip and ship aspect of my channel, right? I was always wondering at first, like, how am I gonna feel once I pull like this crazy hit for someone else? Because like I'm sure like it goes to your head. I wonder how I'm gonna feel, and for me it was like, I wasn't sure. And then the first time I pulled the Rayquaza VMAX for Dan Wiseman, right? It was like just straight happiness for that individual, because, he's always a great supporter of the channel. Don't let him hear me say that though, just in case. He's always a great supporter of the channel. And he's, he's just been there since the beginning. So it's like a great feeling. I don't know if like you've ever had that thought before, like early on when you were starting. But it's always cool to hear, like how you said right now, you feel like that happiness, that joy for that person, because on the other end, that person is going as crazy as you are, if not crazier.
Yeah, I think part of it was like the the like first like real time it actually like hit me that like the amount of excitement that people have. It was the first time I pulled the steamboat for is it Shane?
Hmm.
I think it was the first one. I believe so. But like he sent me a video, or no, his wife sent me a video of his reaction afterwards, and I'm like, it really does like on their end they do see that interaction as well, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's like such a monumental moment for him as well, and I'm just like, man, that's such a cool thing,
Yeah.
and for just like it's a live stream, we're like hundreds, thousands of miles apart, but yet we both are like in that same realm of like this we just share this moment that's recorded forever essentially. So
It's always a surreal feeling too, and just the fact that I mean everybody that's in here right now just listening to us, it's I don't think it ever gets. It always feels amazing trying to come in here and having people come here and support your channel. It's like one of the most amazing things that I feel like I've been able to get out of this. And I mean, again, guys, this just always thank you to you guys that help support, myself, Stocked, so many other people in the community. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. Stocked was in here earlier telling me he has a giveaway ready for you guys today on this live stream right now. So just be on the lookout for that. He told me, I didn't tell him, look, Stock, you got to come on the podcast, right? But I need you to give something away. That's the only way you can get on this podcast.
That's the minimum requirement of the. No.
That's the prerequisite before you do the class. No, but yeah, so appreciate you, Stocked, doing that and everything. So going back into, some of the content, right? But you said you came back in on Hidden Fates, right?
Yeah, pretty much around that era, I'd say.
Okay, so when exactly did you leave the initially?
I left like a long time ago. Like when I was a kid, I'd get all the hand-me-down stuff. So like all the cards I got was like stuff that my brothers already ran through. So I got like a lot of just the commons and all that jazz. Maybe some hollows, but they're all like they've been in pockets and they're all like bent up and stuff. So I got a lot of the, I guess probably around like Jungle Rocket era. I kind of just, we kind of just left and, did our own little thing here and there, and then got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of towards my teen years. I think in my, I guess, kind of school area, that's kind of like the go-to TCG that, people in my school were playing. So that's what we were playing as well. And then kind of stuck with that for probably until end of college. And then that's kind of when I started to dabble back into Pokemon. I think most notably was probably I remember seeing a bunch of Burning Shadows, and my older brother was like, "Yo, there's like a really expensive." He's talking about the Rainbow Charizard. He's like, "There's a really expensive Charizard in there." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I just picked up a bunch of stuff. One of the probably best moments that I remember was the Mewtwo, the Mewtwo, armored Mewtwo.
Oh yeah, the
lunchbox. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I saw that at like a GameStop, and I was like, man, that looks really cool. And I just picked it up just for the heck of it, just because it was Mewtwo, and I just kept it sealed. I still have it to this day, and just kind of started dabbling around that era, just picking up product here and there. It wasn't like really serious.
Yeah. It was kind of just like that nostalgia like effect to you. You're like, all right, I just kind of want to get some of it again, just to try to grab a little bit of product. That's kind of how I was too when I first like kind of came back into the hobby. I feel that.
Yeah. I think it really took off when like a lot of my, because I'm the fourth child out of 5 boys. We have 6 total, so it kind of like sparked, like went exponential when like all of my brothers were doing that. We were all like collecting.
Oh, you guys kind of all got back into it together?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kind of, it started my eldest brother. He's like always been like the leader. We call him Leonardo, out of the Ninja Turtles. But he kind of started it off, and he's basically the one that fell in love with Hidden Fates. Kind of showed us like, yo guys, check out this stuff. It's Gen 1 Pokemon. And then from there, we all just kind of like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. This is so fun. And then it's just kind of like weird timing, because then the whole Logan Paul, craze happened. And then we're like stuck in the middle of this like really crazy like era to be in Pokemon. It's like the craziest time, like going from like
a whirlwind,
not knowing much about it
to
like having to learn so much in such a small amount of time. It was just a crazy time.
That era, it's like, Man, that the era is so conflicting on like a lot of levels. Like a lot of people got back into it, but a lot of like negativity came out of it. So it's just like such a conflicting time within Pokemon. But I feel like a decent amount of people that really enjoyed the hobby kind of got back in around that time. Hidden Fates, having Burning Shadows and Hidden Fates with 2 big Charizard chases, I think had a big influence on a lot of people coming back in. For me, Flash Fire was another one. Like that's the set that kind of brought me back into Pokemon as well. But again, it was a Charizard. It was a Charizard hunt. It was something I could relate to, and that's why like I understand that people always have like a little bit of, I don't want to say hate, but they kind of hate on Charizard a little bit. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't. It's the reason that I got back into it, and it's Pokemon knows what it does, knows what it's doing, and it likes to bring back those nostalgia hits, so the more new people can come back into the hobby, which is always cool to see and be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Charizard always has been kind of a favorite of mine as well. But just beyond that, people have their like other Pokemon that they chase. If Pokemon's ever watching, a Gyarados alt art would be nice. Just saying.
Been saying that for a minute. I need some Houndoom love too. Houndoom has 2 decks in this new era, and no SIR talk. Obsidian Flame would have been a perfect. I wouldn't have cared. It could have been a $5 card. I'm like, just give me an awesome artwork with a Houndoom on there. Gyarados is a must. We need a Gary.
Yeah, for sure. But Charizard, it's like everyone's favorite Pokemon pretty much. But I understand why people don't like Charizard, because they see it all the time. It's like in almost every single set you see it here and there, and you're like, man, another Charizard? Like, what's next? Like, but,
another Charizard?
Yeah, pretty much, right? Because like we've had back-to-back Charizards already.
Yeah,
Shiny Fates,
it's
Obsidian Flames. It is
151
boy
Paldean Fates
now.
Yeah,
but I mean Pikachu as well, but you can't go wrong with Charizard. You really can't. Like it's such a fan favorite Pokemon. So
yeah, you can't. Yeah, it brought a lot of people back. I can't hate on it too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Tams TCG, thank you so much membering up on the channel. Appreciate you, Tams TCG. Thank you. Alex coming in on the 269 giggity super chat. He put Alex over Dan on. I see you. It's showing love to Dan as always. And we got Roche's Pokedex on the 5 months. 2 legends chasing right now. Stocked and Jay. Hey, Roche's Pokedex. Thank you so much for being in here. I know Dizzy probably already dropped that link for you guys, but make sure you guys go show love to Roche's Pokedex. Everybody that's just coming in right now too, thank y'all. Fella Chris, I see you being in here. Sheddy, Cobra, Diamond, Taylor in here says just dropping in quick to say hi. You 2 legends, much love, Stocked and Jay. Hey chat, Taylor says. Taylor, thank you so much for coming through. Depth Mode in the building as well. Hero Nor Villain said you have an art rare behind you. LOL. Said Hero Nor Villain. Guys. Appreciate y'all. I think he's talking about this Gyarados painting that I have behind me.
That's a sick. Where did you get that? I need to get one.
I got that at Frankenson. So it's like it's over here.
Anyone all the time I hear Frankenson. I'm like, I have to check it out.
What is this place?
It seems like the place to go for Pokemon, apparently, because there's so much
there's
stuff
a lot
there, apparently.
There's millions of dollars of product in there for sure. It's just finding the right priced item sometimes, but overall it's always a good spot to go. If you need Pokemon, you could go there. You'll be able to find it, like most of the things you need.
Yeah.
SMH, I was talking about the Houndoom. What? There's no Houndoom behind me here. What Houndoom? Where's the Houndoom at? I don't see one. Huh? But yes,
Magikarp.
I see the Magikarp. I don't know. Here no villain. You on one. AXT Slayer said, hello, what's going on, AXT Slayer? So Stock, now that you have been into like the content space for a while now, actually not even that long, I would say, but recently, the channel, man, congratulations on, obviously you're already well into over 10K. What was it like, because there was just, I would say a huge gain as far as the viewership that you had. So tell me about that and how you were able to handle like the live streams and the rip and ship aspect of things, like, because it's a lot to get put on at once, and it can be difficult to keep up. I remember I found myself at a time kind of, just treading water because it was happening really quick and I just wasn't, ready for it or expecting it. So how has your time with that been?
Let's just say if anyone in chat knows, it's already still a struggle. It's a struggle. It really is. Majority of the time I find myself tripping here and there, but honestly, like, the community is so forgiving. They're just amazing people. And it's just, you just have to work with what you have and just do the best you can. That's really all I can say is, because you don't know what's going to happen. And just, as long as you're putting yourself out there, doing the best you can, that's really all you can do. And yeah, I struggle a lot on streams. Probably an hour or two of the 12-hour streams is just me struggling. So yeah,
but that's
just how it is.
That brings out the human nature, like the human side of you. It's not perfect. It's not a pre-recorded video. It doesn't have to be perfect. Trust me, I mess up all the time. Most of the time I still don't even have my mic on when I start the stream. I'm like, wow. Especially like when we transition from like a day where we have a podcast to when we have a normal opening stream, I always forget to change the sources in that the mic comes in, because it's two different ones for the settings, and I'm always muted. And everybody can say I'm always muted. So like 100%, I get that. I get that. Did you how did you feel during that time? Going from I forgot what you started at kind of when you first came around in the community. I'm not sure how many subs you had, but you're or what are you at, like 12,000 something right now?
Yeah, we're at like 12.3 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about I need to know, like, how are you feeling and seeing, the numbers? Obviously it's not all about numbers. We get it.
For sure.
We get it. But that's fun. Like, that's a ride right now. You can't not deny that it's, it's fun to see, and it makes you like, it makes you feel like you're doing something right. So is there like something you can tell me about it, and how you've been feeling with the channel?
Yeah, I think a lot of the numbers started to come in because of the live streams, honestly. A lot of the, because the YouTube Shorts algorithm is kind of unique. Some days you'll put out a video and it'll just flop. And then the next day you put out a video, it just skyrocket to like 2,000 views, something like that. But I felt like what really did it was because when people see that it is from a clipped live stream, they're kind of more like interactive about it for some reason. Like, they kind of know that this actually happened live. You still get some people that are like, this is fake, staged, whatever. But you're like, hey, it's clipped from a live stream.
I remember that.
But, it's unreal, honestly, the amount of support that comes from the community. And honestly, it just all comes, goes back to the people in chat here. It's all about the community. And just to have that sort of, like you said, it's not about the numbers really, but just to see that amount of growth with your channel, it feels really good, because it does show that maybe you're on the right track, doing something right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to be careful with the YouTube Shorts, because it doesn't necessarily mean that your channel is growing in the way that it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have high numbers with Shorts. You can have a big subscriber count, but it doesn't mean you have a actual community behind that. You know what I'm saying? You just have numbers behind it. So I've been a little bit hesitant on the YouTube Shorts this year. Kind of want to try to focus more on long form content as well as the live streams. But a lot of the growth did come from YouTube Shorts, and I'm just happy that a lot of my videos here and there do kind of show that it is community driven as well.
Yeah.
And it's just not, just empty numbers behind it. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, there's always a ton of people in there showing love to you. Like, every time you do a stream, and there's a ton of people that are in there, start to finish as well, which is
for sure
another thing that is like, man, you guys really rocked with me for at least for on my side, like 5 hours, 6 hours. And you guys have been in here, like, just, killing it with me and giving giving the chat an even better experience, because I know you can attest to this too. When the chat is going, it's always, you know, it's always smoother as like the host of a live stream to just, you know, talk to you guys, to be able to flip between opening packs, you know, the interaction is what we live for. That's why we live stream the most, because it's unparalleled. You can't beat it. You cannot beat it out.
Yeah, for sure. I think sorry.
You're good.
I think part of I'm not used to talking this much. I think
no. We've been on for 36 minutes. You better be used to talking this much.
I think part of it's like, you know, just I love how I can just be myself on stream, and people like, however like weird I am, or however, you know, you guys seen PokésStocked, you know, however.
There's a question about PokésStocked in here right now. We'll leave that for later though.
You know, like however I am, people accept me, you know, genuinely in the live stream.
Yeah.
You know, however I am, and that's part of the fun in it. You know, I'm not, you know, behind some professional, you know, we're gonna rip open your packs and be all cool about it, you know, deal. But like, we're gonna rip open packs and we're gonna have fun. Whether we mess up really bad, whether we stumble here and there, we're just gonna have fun. That's really all it's about. And I think that's kind of why, like, you know, a lot of people stick around, because they genuinely have a lot of fun with us in the live streams as well. So I think, you know, just number one thing is just to have fun. You know, that's really the reason why I created the channel. And whatever happens from there, it just happens from there. But the main focus is just have fun, and it kind of shows. You know, a lot of people do stick around. Maybe they go back and forth, you know, but we do see them, you know, beginning to the end of the stream. So again, that's thanks to you guys in chat. You guys seriously, you absolute legends. Thank you guys so much for all the support.
Big driving force as to why we're able to continue to do what we do. So always thank you guys. Dub in the building. What's going on, Dub? Good to see you in here, man. Pokemon Fun saying something. He said, PokésStocked, I heard you trying to get out of not going to card party. Bro, this man. So would you be able to go? Is that
I mean,
you don't
responsibly?
Obviously
no.
You're right.
Irresponsibly, yes, I could go, but unfortunately, my son is going to be born around that time.
Oh, so, dude, yeah, congratulations!
I have to skip out on it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Just bad timing, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, for card party, not for my son. But, you know, but maybe the next one for sure. I would love to go meet all of the content creators. I got to make sure I save up like a year ahead of time, because I think there's going to be too many vendors there that I want to buy everything that I see. But you know, it'll happen eventually. It'll happen eventually.
Yeah, man. And you know, it's I feel like it's a good place to interact with everybody and everything too. But I think, you know, Pat has done a good job on solidifying that, you know, there's going to be more. There's already a second one, so we can pretty much almost guarantee there'll be a third one, you know, even though tomorrow's not guaranteed. You know, I feel like if everything goes smoothly, Pat's, you know, going to continue to do it. So to anybody out there that just can't make it, it's, you know, I'm sure he's going to do it again, you know, part 3, Gen 3, excuse me,
maybe
Gen
in
3.
Minnesota this time? No, maybe.
I don't know if that's a destination he could get people to get out to all the time.
I don't know either. It'll show up and be like, why is it so cold here?
It was cold when they had it here in California. It was rainy.
Was it?
Yeah, it was rainy the first one they had. So it was like, okay, everybody came out here looking for sunny California, but it was wet and gloomy. You know,
let's see how Florida goes then.
Yeah, I know it's 50-50 with that right there. We got another question here from Henriette. How are you guys able to manage your ripping ships? I feel like I said, I feel like I'm still always, you know, just trying to stay one step ahead. You feel like maybe there's one day you catch up and the very next day it's already gone back down, and you're just working to just sustain everything and keep it as organized and ready for the next opening as possible. I don't know, man. How about you, Stocked? How have you been able to do it?
I would say huge shout out to my wife. She helps me with all the shipping.
Nice.
If I didn't have her helping me, I would not be able to like rip and ship at all, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes of a rip and ship. Like the entire live stream itself is, you know, it's own thing, And then after, you got to clean up. You got all this inventory that you got to manage. You got all these orders that you have to get shipped out. It's a lot of work behind the scenes as well. So
The live
I
stream is the most fun.
honestly, yeah, that's the part I love too.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be able to do it without help from my wife. So honestly, it's Mrs. Stock that runs the entire show. So
Yeah.
I'm just the front man, just typing up cards here and there. So
He's hi guys, it's just me. What
so yeah.
tell me about something like that has happened as far as, you know, on the live stream. What has been like a moment that you feel has been, you know, I feel like there should be, but there's always moments that kind of stick out in people's heads when they're streaming. Is there a moment that you could kind of go back to and say like, oh man, I can't believe that just happened, or that was an amazing feeling, amazing moment for your channel?
Yeah, I'd say, well, we just got shout out to Deep Pocket Monster. We just got a DPM raid.
Yeah,
It
I saw
was a
that.
couple streams ago. I still can't believe that happened. Not only that though, I use phones for all of my so guys, you can do it. You can
Yes.
start a channel with just phones. Like
Yep.
that's exactly what I'm using now.
iPhones are
But
perfect.
like
Or if you-
DPM raid, and the battery from my face cam just died. And then like I brought up PokésStocked because everyone in chat was asking for PokésStocked. You got like 400 or 500 people looking at this hand puppet, wondering like what is going on.
What did I just get sent to?
Yeah. I was like, what did I just do? Oh well, we just did it. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, that happened. Other notable moments is probably like a lot of big polls on stream. Steamboat Willie, most notably, not once but twice. We hit
Insane.
the One Piece Oda signature twice as well. Moonbryon, the Korean Moonbryon, and the English one. Just a lot of monumental moments like that. But yeah, I think just as a whole, it's just like there's just so many, that those are just the ones I can pick out right now. But there's just so many that like a lot of times I'm like, I can't believe that just happened. Like Sacktown in chat. Sacktown hit 2 God packs from Shiny Chargers back
That's
to back.
insane. Back to
I'm like, I can't believe that just happened.
what
too.
is your luck, man?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Hopefully it continues, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know. It's just we just for some reason get lucky here and there. So honestly,
it's always
it's all
great to
due
see.
to the community though. So like without them showing up, I wouldn't have anything to open up on streams. So it's really, all back to them. So
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know you're a lurker. I feel like a lot of the streamers kind of are lurkers now, especially too, because there's always so much going on that you kind of have to get done to make sure your stuff is running smoothly as well. I'm a lurker as well, so I mean it's like I said, anytime like I'm just like watching like you or anybody else, it's always great to see the chat and being able to be like, man, the people around us are really just they show a ton of love. I feel like I keep saying it, but yeah, guys, thank you again. On that, we also have a Scattered Minds raid. What's going on, Scattered Minds? Welcome in, man. I see you in the building. Hey, OTP's Bestie Rena in the building too. And the Scopes. I also see K3. Katie, you keep changing your name. What are you doing out here? Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, Katie keeps changing her name. Hey, what's going on, though? Welcome in. Pokey and Fun said, Broly Pools, I messaged you. Pokey and Fun. Let them know. Broly's out here lacking. But Scattered Minds, thank you so much for coming through. Make sure we drop Scatter's link if we haven't already done so. Show him some love. Shout out to Scattered Minds for the raid. Thank you all so much for coming through. We have the one, the only PokésStocked in the building. We're just kind of talking about content and his Pokemon journey as well. So if you guys are interested in listening from the beginning, skip back over to the beginning so we can get that so you guys can listen. But actually, since we had a raid stocked, I know you kind of teased a giveaway that we might be able to do on the channel. So maybe right now would be a great time to get that set up.
yeah, sure. Let me see if I can do this here.
Here, let me see.
Does it work? Did this work?
Yeah, that worked.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know how that worked, but it worked.
We're gonna do 2 giveaways. I just got a simple one right here. the Gardenia's Vigor in a near mint 8. So, Jay, whenever you're ready,
Yeah,
we'll just
let
go
me.
ahead and do this one as the first one. I do have a second giveaway as well, maybe towards the end of the stream. You want to stick around for that? Might as well just go ahead and show it. Going to be giving away this Crown Zenith Pikachu, Gem Mint 10 as well. Just say thank you, chat, for coming through here, and appreciate everyone hanging out with us today during this podcast. So thank you all so much again. Appreciate the support as always. And just as a community, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart,
man.
because absolute legends.
Dude, Stocked, I appreciate you on that giveaway as well. Exclamation point raffle in the chat, everybody. If you're in here hanging out, courtesy of Mr. PokésStocked. Yeah, thank you again, man. Let's while people are getting into that, I feel like we could rattle off some of these questions that we have over here in the Q&A. Well, Cody's in here next. Said, "Can I really call you Jay?" Cody, you can call me anything you want, man. Rio357, when did PokésStocked start his shop and stream?
I'll tell you, Jay. People like the PokésStocked. It was like
The
I like
most-
how we have these like kind of inside jokes with the stream.
Yeah.
It actually happened because the camera that I'm using right now, it runs out of battery. So never anticipated that it would, but like I think with our first 12-hour plus stream, I was like, people don't see me, so I would just do like hand puppets here and there just to have some laughs, and just from there it kind of went, So look up the first ever 12+ hour stream, and that's probably when PokésStocked was born. And then we had an internet outage, and I could only stream from my phone. I was like, it'd be really funny to actually have a hand puppet, and I think chat would love it. And obviously chat did love it, and just kind of threw something together in like 15 minutes. So, PokésStocked was born.
It's always funny, like the random things that happen during the course of a live stream that somehow catch on or become an actual thing. And you're like, out of everything, really, guys, this is what catches. This is what catches on.
Exactly.
The hand puppet.
Yeah.
We got Panda in here saying, back to back, by the way. Panda said, "Will PokésStocked make an appearance?"
Oh my gosh. Who's this PokésStocked guy? I don't know. Should he make an appearance today? I don't know, Jay. It's up to you. You want to see PokésStocked?
I think Sock needs to make an appearance. I think the people want Sock. I might have to change the name of this live stream to interviewing PokésStocked.
So. All right. I guess the face cam's got to go. So we'll go ahead and swap this over here. And,
there we go.
You guys are just
drum roll, please. He had it ready. It's always ready right there.
Are you guys ready? Is everyone ready for this? I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Let me go ahead. Where is the
Mr. Sacco, said Corey.
Right. I knew it on the start of the show. Much love, you guys. Thank you guys so much. I see you, Jay. I see you.
This is probably the top 5 moments in all of my streams right now, actually.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Give people what they want, I guess.
This is top 5. We're on the $2.
PokésStocked, let's go.
PokésStocked, let's go.
Hey, I'm still here, okay?
I love
here.
The bottle cap eye is what just pushes it over the edge.
Yeah, sure. Man. You guys are too fun, though. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, that was that was probably one of the top 5 moments ever. R&D, what's going on? Welcome in. Guys, if you're in here right now, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit exclamation point raffle. Stocked.
Hey.
Stocked. Actually, no.
Jay's slipping. Jay's slipping.
Stocked is doing a giveaway, not Socked. Stocked is doing a giveaway. Carbo Robo, what's happening? So Panda also followed that question up with Jay and Stocked. What is your all-time favorite SIR? That's a tough
I'll let you
one.
Go first, Jay.
Yeah.
First.
Oh man,
I'll think about that one.
Let me think about that. Man, that's a tough one. All-time favorite SIR. I'm trying to go back and think about the latest sets, because alt arts, I could kind of rattle them off like in what I like the most. SIRs, it's a little bit difficult. Damn. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Everybody in chat, I need help. I need help. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I'm going blank at the moment.
I'd probably say the two Gardevoirs, they did a fantastic job on
The
those. The
Gardevoirs. Oh,
Gardevoirs,
yeah.
we got the
The
shiny
shiny
one with
one,
the
and
whooper
then
in the back,
from Scarlet and
like
Violet base right
you
there,
know,
right?
yeah. And then we also have the one from Scarlet Violet base, because that one shows like an entire like progression from the beginning stages to the end stage, which was pretty cool for them to do that as well. So probably the
And
Gardevoir, I'd say it's up there for sure for me.
that's top tier right there. The Zapdos from 151 for me. That's another
Solid.
one. I think the Altaria is an amazing artwork. I'll throw that out there. The Altaria is an awesome artwork. I hate that Pokemon, but it's an awesome artwork. Even the Iron Valiant from Paradox is great. Paradox is probably one of my favorite. That's the only way I was able to stand opening up that many packs of it. But yeah, I mean those are all really good options. I would say the Gardevoir is up there. Shout out to Clampy for giving me that newfound respect for Gardevoir ever since he came into the channel. Absolutely. Ricky said Roche's Pokedex. Yes, a Roaring Moon. Thanks for pulling that for me, said Ricky. Ricky's always mad because I don't pull him anything. He's consistently telling me that there's another streamer that pulled him the Charizard in 5 packs. Like that's all I hear every single time he's in
Who
here.
was that?
I don't know. I think
Don't know.
PokésStocked maybe, possibly.
Something like that.
Some guy named PokésStocked. Possibly. No, it's been cool to see, even though I feel like Scarlet and Violet is now just hitting its stride as far as what they can do with it. But I think the artworks have always been pretty top tier since they started with Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, for sure. I think the SRs, I was when I first saw it, I was like super excited about it because it kind of was somewhat like an alt art variation, but just kind of the different texturing, the little sparkles, all that jazz with the Scarlet and Violet era. I kind of felt like it was a really good addition to. I did still want to see like the natural alt arts that we are used to as well, but
Yeah.
that kind of took over the entire thing. But
Right.
I think for sure the latest set that came out, Iron Judge and Wild Force, just opening that set, the artworks just blew me away. It's just fantastic.
I haven't opened any. I've only seen the pictures of it and on stream and everything, so not in person. But I agree, they upping the ante as far as the SIRs go, like 100%.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job with that set. So I honestly think it's going to be, because for us it'll be Temporal Forces. I think it'll be probably a fun set to open up as well.
Yeah.
Probably just as fun as Paradox, I would say, maybe even more. So
Yeah, no,
looking forward to it.
shout out to the artists, the artistry from these individuals making these cards now. That's I feel like there's more freedom for the artists to just express themselves even more so now. I don't know what it is, but they are 100% stepping it up. Artwork amazing, top tier.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see, because like right around this time with Sword and Shields, and we started to get introduced to alternate arts. So I'm kind of like anticipating maybe soon we're gonna see maybe
A shift.
something new that they're gonna throw into the Scarlet Violet era to just add some extra spice.
That's what I'm thinking too, man.
Hoping so.
They always either add some sort of new mechanic to the game for the TCG side, or add some different variants to it. So I'm interested to see where they do what they do as we go like deeper into the Scarlet and Violet era. Ricky in here asking a question said, this will be the last question right now that we answer, and then we will run that giveaway. So if you guys haven't got entered into that exclamation point raffle, you guys have a little bit more time. Ricky's asking, how has your family adjusted to the channel's growth, i.e. longer hours, having to work off camera to pack and ship, etc.? Do they leave you alone, or is that a hard to manage since you both have kids, said Ricky.
I would say it's probably the most difficult thing for us right now, just because we do have three little ones, one more on the way. So the majority of you'll probably see a lot of your shipping orders you get tracking at like 3-4 a.m. in the morning. So like we're up that late. That's like the only time we get peace and quiet for us to just go ahead and really get some orders out. But I think part of it's just a lot of time management as well.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't work full time, but she is like a 0.8. We might bring that down a little bit once our son is born. But a lot of time management for sure. It's always a struggle, but at the end of the day, it's always like at the end of the day, it's worth it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, man. I think, I mean, for me, I don't have three little. I barely got the second one, and that has been a huge adjustment, ever since she was born. So it's kudos to you and the fam for being able to manage that. It's really difficult, and I feel like we wouldn't do it if it wasn't really enjoyable. Like if the overall aspect of everything wasn't enjoyable, because you could burn out pretty easily and just lose focus for it. I think for me, it's usually a 2-day process for me now. I usually prep everything a night before, and then I'll wake up in the morning and package it all, and then just send it off, because I kind of trying to plan it around the day that I have off. So the night before I'll pre-package everything and then send it off the next day. Yeah,
for sure. It's having a good system too definitely helps.
Yeah.
We take about 2 days as well. So we do shipping once a week, and Sundays usually when we kind of start getting the orders prepped, get everyone together, and then Mondays when I actually start working on it, and my wife gets home a little bit earlier on Mondays. That's why we have the Tuesday shipping, and then we start packaging, whenever she gets home. So yeah, it's always like you said, it's worth it. Like we wouldn't stress over all this shipping and stuff if it wasn't worth it.
Right.
Like just the whole grand scheme of things, like this is probably like the worst part about it is all the shipping and stuff. But the grand scheme of it all, like it's completely worth it. So,
yeah, man. And every time you hit live again, you're like, this is why I really do it and enjoy it, because everybody comes through, shows a lot of love. So I think that's a reoccurring theme for most, if not all, streamers. Like it's, you guys make it worth it. Okay, guys. So I said we're gonna run this giveaway right now, courtesy of PokésStocked exclamation point raffle. You guys got 10 seconds. Exclamation point raffle. If you didn't get in on it, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hopefully y'all got in. Gonzo in the building. Hey, Gonzo snuck up in there. Roche, did you get in there? Roche. I think they already did. I'll give you guys a little bit of time. I'm a sucker for y'all. Jeff, the ref. What's going on, Jeff? My name Yev. How you doing, man? Welcome in. We're actually just doing a giveaway right now, courtesy of my man PokésStocked in here. And I know normally, guys, we do HP battles, but we're gonna go ahead and pick one per. We could do that. We'll pick two people. We'll pick two people for a chance at this. All right. Give me 1 second to do this. I always lie to chat. I'm like, we're gonna stop it right now, but 2 minutes later, we're still going, huh? Let me just get an energy card.
It's kind of like how I am sometimes. We're like, all right, we're gonna run this giveaway
right now.
And we're like 2 hours later. I was like, I forgot. There's always like a joke on stream too. People put up some squirrel emojis because like I get distracted very easily.
Right.
We'll be like, all right, we're gonna do this, and then like, squirrel.
Something happens. Nikki, what's happening?
I totally forget.
I see you, Nikki. All right, let's close this. I closed it this time. 1, 2. B-Pop and Dead Guy 24/7. B-Pop, Dead Guy. All right.
I see you, Gonzo. Good to see you.
Gonzo's up in here. All right. So we have.
Is 026 Gonzo, is that towards me or is that towards Jay? Is that.
You lie when you say you have. I missed it. What do you say? You lie when you say you have to have a start time. Were you on time tonight? I said, God, of course, Gonzo. I've never been late a day in my life. As far as streaming goes, I've never been late, guys. I don't even know what that is. I'm always on time. I've actually been on time a lot lately. So, Nikki, thank you so much for remembering up.
I've been late most times.
Yeah, it's tough. It's harder than you think. All right, guys. All right, so we got B-Pop right here and Dead Guy 24/7. We have I don't have my hand cam prepared right now, so we're gonna do it like this. Okay, that's one card, and I'm picking a second card here. So we have two cards right here. I can't see. I can't see. Okay. I'm gonna have to do it again because I looked. This is actually kind of difficult when I don't have a hand cam. I just realized that. Okay. This person gets this card. This person gets this card, and that's how we're doing it. Okay, let's see. Let's see who wins. Okay, so B-Pop has this, and I messed that up, right? So B-Pop, we'll do this one first. So this is a Psyduck with 60 HP for Dead Guy, and B-Pop has a Slowpoke with 70 HP. So Dead Guy 24/7 on that 60 HP is getting that dub. Lowest HP. Congrats to Dead Guy 24/7, man. Appreciate you again, Stock, for doing something like that, man. Thank you.
No problem.
Handcam Sock. Hey, Silver Golduck. It's PokésStocked made an appearance.
Maybe like 30 minutes ago, 15, 20.
It was a good time, though. Chaparita, what's going on? Welcome in. Said, hola, welcome in. Hola, bienvenido usted. Broly Pools, that's why I never win CBR. Said, Broly, you never win because you probably never enter. I think that's what it is. That's probably what it is.
Just giveaways.
Absolute legend, though. Okay, let's kind of get back into it. Stock also said that maybe towards the end of this podcast, we'll be doing one more of those giveaways. So thank you all so much for hanging out in here. Ooh, we got that Pikachu in there. Dead Guy's right there saying thanks.
Favorite sets, Crown Zenith.
Crown Zenith.
Such a fun set to open
it was such a good way to kind of close out Sword and Shield era because they put everything in there together, and there were so many awesome Galarian Gallery pools you could get, and the gold cards, the gold alt arts, something we hadn't seen before. Pretty cool. I was hoping we'd see something more like that within Paldean Fates. But how have you been with Paldean Fates, like as far as like the enjoyment of opening it or like the entire set?
Paldean Fates I'm actually pretty big fan of. I do like the artworks on a lot of the SIRs. I think they did a fantastic job on those. I think part of what I'm not like a huge fan of is like it kind of feels, how do I say it, like kind of feels like a little watered down. I don't know, like because like you just get like, especially with the shiny treasure set, you just get like guaranteed EXs thrown in there. It just doesn't feel really significant to me.
Yeah.
Whereas like other special sets, you'll see like art rares here and there, and then you'll see like VMAXs here and there,
right?
And they wouldn't be like super common, you know what I'm saying? And I think with like Paldean Fates, it was kind of weird to see reprinted cards as well, because a lot of the TCG we don't see a lot of reprints,
right?
Most notably like that Charizard from Obsidian Flames, like just to see that card again, it's kind of a weird, I don't know, I'm just not used to that sort of format,
right?
But I do understand it's good for the player base, but I'm just not used to it. I'm just kind of like, that's kind of weird, But I mean, other than that, I think the artworks are fantastic.
Yeah, overall, I think Pokemon has been like doing a good job of keeping up and with the artworks and making them nice. I think the only gripe I've had with Paldean Fates is I think maybe that I just had more. I was expecting more, just out of like maybe the IRs. In the sets, maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think I was expecting more from the IRs, because I feel like with the other sets, even though you're not always, getting an SIR, there's a much higher likelihood to get a cool IR or a Pokemon that's, a top tier Pokemon, like the Tyranitar from Paldea Evolved. Like when you pull the Tyranitar from Paldea Evolved, that's like, like that's a big hit, or the Magikarp. And I feel like it's Paldean Fates is lacking that aspect of it, which is unfortunate, but it is a holiday set, and I think they're doing a nice job of rebounding into the next set with a lot of like crazy artworks, kind of like how you touched upon earlier. Yeah,
I mean, for sure. I think the prices on a lot of the illustration rares is like 50 cents, which is kind of sad to see, because they are some pretty nice artworks. And considering that they are shinies as well, like it's supposed to be a rare card
Right.
because it's supposed to be shiny. But I think like we're kind of used to 151 in that sense, where it's like a lot of those illustration rares are like, you're happy to pull a lot of those.
Yeah.
Whereas like shiny treasure, you're like, well, it's just another card, another bulk card at this kind of
This time. Yeah.
instance. You know what I'm saying? So it's
You're
just
like,
like,
do I sleeve this? Is the sleeve
yeah,
worth
it's like,
more than the
do I
card?
exactly? I'm like, is this? Congrats! Like, I guess.
Another Palmy.
Yeah, exactly.
Stock. So outside of Pokemon, what are some things that you like enjoy doing? Like whether it be with your family, whether it's like solo, like outside of Pokemon, what do you enjoy outside of YouTube, Pokemon? What's something you enjoy
I
doing?
when I had free time.
Which, yeah, I'm like, you probably don't have that
I
much now, but
not much now. It's gonna get like even more difficult with this new baby. But when I had time, I always enjoyed the outdoors. Fishing, most notably, my number one thing to do on my pastime. Other than Pokemon, I think Pokemon is like pretty much like my number one pastime now, sort of. But yeah, I think fishing is probably like one of the things that I miss the most is just having some time. My wife loves fishing as well. I kind of got her into fishing, which is weird because she's like,
that's a tough one. That's a tough sell,
yeah,
I feel like.
she's like, I don't want to touch any fish. I don't want to, hook any worms. I just want to catch the fish. And like she loves it now too. So I think that's probably my number one go to is probably fishing.
What do you fish for? Or when you did fish, what do you guys fish for over
We
there?
went with walleye.
Oh,
We
nice.
love catching walleye, bass as well too, but a lot
Yeah.
of saugers and walleye is what
Well,
we
and
ate.
you live in a prime like area too, as far as the outdoors, like wildlife, rivers. So over here in Southern California, in my area, there's not too many like river systems that have wild fish. You would have to go like into Northern California in order to find that. But when we ever would go north to like Mammoth or Yosemite, it was always cool because you'd find like these cool like river systems that you could just follow down, and there'd be like brown trout in there, and they're like wild, they're not stocked or anything. Stocked. They're not stocked or anything like that. So it's always cool. So I can imagine that it's a pretty good ecosystem around where you're at too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 10,000 lakes is what they say. So
That's
it's a great
insane.
place though. It's I love the I guess where I'm at. Like we can be in the city and then we'll drive like 10 minutes out and we'll be in the countryside with like no one around. So
That's
it's like
wild.
it's a really good balance. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's usually what I like to do on my pastime, or at least what I used to do. Just got a lot of fishing rods now, collecting dust. But
Collecting
I'm
that.
sure I hit it the outdoors again eventually. So
All right. So outdoors, but you can't do it anymore. Are you? I feel like you're. Are you always like in a constant? Is it always a constant cycle of just like, all right, streaming? Got to get everything prepared. Got to get more inventory. Got to get everything shipped out. Has that become like just like a major focus like all the time now? And has it been like, have you, during this period of time with your growth, has there been a moment where you kind of started feeling like a little bit like burned out or anything like that? Or have you just been able to, get through it and, still enjoy every aspect of it? Well, maybe not every aspect, there's a lot of work that goes into it, but like for
yeah.
like the overall aspect.
I think for me, like I don't know, just maybe the way I'm kind of like hardwired. Like I don't normally get burnout. Just the way I am. Like when I'm focused on something, I just go like all in, 100%.
Mm,
And I'm sure it's probably going to catch up to me eventually. But I haven't gotten any burnout yet. Part of like the entire grand scheme of thing is I have a lot of fun and
yeah.
really like I'm looking forward to every single stream, the next stream. Looking forward to ideas that I want to incorporate into the channel. But I do understand that there is like limitations to the
Mm,
channel. Like you can't focus on the channel 100% of the time. Like I got kids, I got a wife, got to make sure they're happy first,
yeah.
and then the channel is secondary. So there's a lot of moving parts, and I guess a lot of you have a lot to juggle, and there is a lot that you have to worry about, inventories,
Hmm.
making sure that we're stocked on whatever sets that are coming out,
Yeah.
because we don't do just Pokemon. branch out to a whole bunch of other TCGs.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's a point where you expanded into like so many different aspects. So it's like different places to purchase from. When you added more TCGs, like was that like I remember you kind of touched upon it like, oh, I'm biting off more than I can chew. Was that kind of like a moment where you're like, I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna see how this goes.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly how it. And like it's been fantastic though, because just a lot of people love Pokemon, and like that's my number one thing that I do love as well. But there's other things that people love to collect as well, and just to have that option on the channel, I think it's good to have, because one, majority of people that collect Pokemon are also anime, other TCG fans as well. So it was just a thing that I'm like, I do want to do, because like one, like Pokemon, like whenever a set comes out, it's super fun to open up, and then it starts to taper off, because people are starting to get their collections and all that jazz, and it's just good to have a little bit of variety here and there. But we are still mainly a Pokemon channel. We're stocked with Pokemon for the most part. But yeah, it was just one of these things that it kind of like happened on the fly during a live stream. I was like, it started out with One Piece, I believe. So I was collecting a bit of One Piece here and there, and I was like asking the people in the chat, like, do you guys like One Piece? Like, yeah, we like One Piece. I was like, all right, just throw some on the site and just rip some open, and just kind of started from there. And then we just expanded the menu, and it's been going just ever since. So.
Dude, that's really cool to hear. I always thought about it, but I think I was like, okay, I might be, like you said, biting off more than I can chew, and I just was always hesitant to do it. And for me, because I don't know too much about One Piece, like complete honesty, I don't know too much about One Piece. I've seen some episodes with my little sister-in-law, but that's it. Dragon Ball Z would be something that I would gravitate to, because I know like that's something I came up with, and not that I came up with, like grew up with, So I think that's something that I would like to do, but I've always just been hesitant with it. So it's cool to see like how, like I said, different channels develop, and how you guys get into your own like groove. So right now, Stock, are you collecting anything personally? Like, is there something that you have your eyes on, or something that you've been in the background trying to collect as much as you can?
I mean, besides One Piece has just gone too crazy right now for me, so I'm just kind of like holding off. Just whatever I have, I'm just throwing on the store for now, just because it's getting a little bit out of hand. I'll just say that One Piece is getting way too crazy right now. So we might be like kind of cooling down with the OP5 set, but I've been going back and been trying to collect a lot of the vintage Pokemon cards, because I think we're kind of in like a little lull right now with Pokemon. Not just like Scarlet and Violet era, but like the entire like vintage slabs and all that jazz right now. So I've been kind of picking up some good deals here and there on some slabs, and I kind of want to just build my collection with more vintage stuff, because I do have a lot of Sword and Shield era, B-Star Universe slabs like that, but I've been dabbling into a little bit more vintage just to add to my collection right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good time right now too to collect like some of the vintage. I think I've still been just like going through like the EX era, as far as like the reverse stamps from the EX era, picking up like a little bit of vintage. Like I'm not big into slabs myself, so like if I do it, I'll get singles. Usually if I ever pick up slab, it's going to be for like a giveaway, or if I graded it, we'll use it for some sort of mystery pack in the future. But that's kind of just how I am with it. But yeah, I think right now too, guys, picking up some vintage, because like Stock said, Pokemon is like, as far as the value goes, it is kind of like in that lull area, or some people just like jump shipped and went to One Piece only, and some people aren't that excited about what Pokemon is doing right now, and it happens. Everybody has their own opinion, and they get to collect what they want to collect. So it's like, it's fine. Just check the market. If you guys are interested in value, you could always check the market. If you guys are just in it because it's just fun and there's a ton of cool artworks, it's a perfect time for you right now, because the pricing on the cards isn't crazy, and you get to pick them up regardless.
For sure. I think it's very evident with like Japanese sets, because they used to be so expensive. Had to give a kidney just to get cases of Japanese sets, and now you can get them relatively very, very cheap. So like, and again, just opening that new setup is just so fun. Fantastic artworks and very well done on Pokemon's part. I think it's just not getting a lot of love because a lot of people don't see like the value in collecting those. But I would caution this because the majority of the most unpopular sets are the ones that people regret not picking up later on. So just fair warning.
It always happens.
I can't predict the future, but that's history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So just fair warning to anyone out there that's getting out of Pokemon. Maybe it's a bad time to actually get out of Pokemon. So
yeah, you get to actually pick up things that you would appreciate and at a decent, value.
Yeah, for sure.
Cardboard Roll say Jay casually ignoring stock. Nah, man, I multitask. I say what's up to you guys and I listen. Trust me. Let's see. We're gonna get back into some questions right now, stock, if that's okay. We do have a good amount right here in queue. I think we're gonna go through the questions. We'll kind of wrap up. We'll kind of wrap up the conversation, and then and then we can do that giveaway that you so generously have donated. All right, so Nikki Nocturne said, how did PokésTocked get into live streaming? I think we kind of touched upon that. It was kind of just like you being around it and seeing all the different people live streaming. I mean, if you have anything else to add on to that, who were some of the first Pokemon live streamers that you were like seeing and like they kind of got you into the space?
Yeah, I'd probably say one, PokeRev. I mean, he's probably everyone's like, hey, everyone knows PokeRev in the Pokemon community. Deep Pocket Monster for sure as well. Obviously you too, Jay. Like I started out watching your channel as well. I was actually, the first time I was introduced to your channel was actually on your first PokeRev raid. I just kind of came in on that raid and I just watched. I just watched, subscribed, and just watched silently. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool. This is really awesome that people show up and just support you in whatever way that they can. And I'm like, man, I kind of want to, because at that point I've already done live streams, but they're just giveaway focused. They're all just giveaway focused for milestones. I'm like, maybe I kind of want to dabble into rip and ship just to see how it is.
Yeah.
If it didn't work out, it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst thing that can happen is that it just doesn't work out and you just go with something else. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. And from there, just kind of met a bunch of other amazing people in the community as well. And just from there, it's just history from there. So I advise anyone that wants to get into live streaming, just start. Probably be difficult to start with rip and ships right away, but I think starting off with like giveaways, things in that nature, giving back to the community right away is probably a good way to begin. So.
Yeah, I think there's always something about the way people enter into the community that speaks a lot about themselves. So man, yeah, you came into the community and you were just you're a joy to have in chat, and then like I said, to see the channel be on the trajectory that it is right now. I'm telling you, it's always awesome to see, man. So appreciate you. And so many people came in on that freaking rev raid. Roche's Pokédex also said, hey, we found Jay from that raid too. Lost Origin all day opening to Jay raid. Yeah, man, it was a crazy raid. So many people in like right now in chat have stuck around. So big shout out to Rev for showing love to me like that. Rock Sandy in the chat. I see two goats on the screen. Hey, Rock, you're the only goat in here. Rock Sandy has a special energy card back here at all times, Mr. Rock Sandy. So he's part of the channel at all times, even when he's not in here. Hey, Nelson, what's going on? Welcome in. Okay, so Nikki, yeah, I mean, it's like I say, guys, always enter into a community with just. It's like I said, it's always a good way to enter in, showing love and with the idea of, wanting to be a part of it versus wanting to take from it, Meeks the Sneaks in here with a question said, what Pokemon set did both you guys come in when y'all first started streaming? Sorry if the question was asked already, said Meeks. Yeah. Do you remember?
I think for me, was it... Giveaways was probably Silver Tempest. Silver Tempest. That's when I actually started streaming. We're doing some Silver Tempest openings.
Okay.
And Crown Crown Zenith, I believe. For
Nice.
Me, so.
I think my first stream, the latest that they had come out was Evo Skies. I was making like some pre-recorded content prior to that, but I didn't start making content until maybe, geez, what was it? Probably Battle Styles. I think it was Battle Styles when Battle Styles came out, and then live stream didn't start till like Evo Skies. Let's go. Mr. Zarzmix in here said, Mr. Zarzmix said, what's your favorite hand puppet? Honestly, I'm a big fan of Socked. I'm a big fan of Socked. PokésStocked. I think PokésStocked needs its own channel. I think that's where it's gonna take you to the big leagues. That's what's gonna.
I think it's time for a rebranding.
I think so you need to abandon this whole Pokemon thing and just run with PokésStocked. Well, maybe rename him too. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think it's just a funny thing that we can just laugh about, which I love. I love that some people. I'm even like sometimes like hanging out in Rev's like chat, and people will be like, "Where's PokésStocked?" I'm like, "How do you even? Why?" But yeah, it's just kind of funny that he's got his he technically has his own channel. By the way, technically has his own channel. He did make some appearances on our PokésStocked stream, so just stay tuned. I guess we'll see what happens with that.
Panda on the $2 saying "socked for life."
Let's go, Panda.
Appreciate you, Panda. Yeah, I love that so many people love it, man. It's always good to have like those inside things between your community. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Olympic Peninsula Brick in here on the question said, how many Flapples do you have, Jay? You know how many Flapples I got, man. You sent all of them. You sent more than I have. A corner on the market that nobody knows about of all the Flapples, Appletons, Applins, soon to be Dimplins, and what I forgot the evolved version of Dimplin, but there's gonna be more tossed apples in here very, very soon, guys. I'm low-key kind of excited about the new set. We get to test our throwing skills again, man. I gotta get on CTR's level now. I got
target board.
I got competition. I got competition. Fella Chris said PokésStocked is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Fierce Fire said we want Socked. Hey, Fierce Sock did make an appearance, guys.
He did. He showed up. He gave people what they wanted.
Peer pressured into an appearance. Smack Daddy said, what does PokésStocked collect mostly, and what is his favorite Pokemon?
I collect mostly Pokemon. I do have a few One Piece here and there. Stuff that I've maybe pulled for myself personally. But mostly Pokemon. I would say, where is it? I collect a lot of Gyarados. I have a few Gyarados slabs, so that's kind of like my main kind of Pokemon that I'm focused on collecting is Gyarados. So I'd say Gyarados. I mean, obviously there's the Charizard here and there, but Gyarados is probably my number one Pokemon that I collect.
What's your favorite Gary artwork?
The one it's in Ancient Origins, and I actually have the slab here. I think.
Is it the one where he's like attacking the fisherman?
Yeah,
that one's badass.
By Tokia, the artist. The way he draws the cards is just amazing. Yep. That's probably my favorite for sure.
So do you have you opened Breakpoint like on the channel, or like
we've opened some here and there. It is a very nice Gyarados set.
Yeah, that's why I think about it.
Too many on the channel. A lot of XYs are difficult to price for the channel. So I would love to, but
it's like one of those things. Like anytime I do like older sets or have them available, it's just like it's always like that toss up between like, okay, it gets pretty pricey pretty quickly.
Yeah,
man. Sure. Rio357 said, will Miss Stocked make an appearance?
She's not comfortable. She's not comfortable being on camera, but we did do a video where she did help me open up some cards. So we kind of did a pack battle. Mm-hmm. It's in the numerous videos that we have, but she did make an appearance there. So But I don't think she'll ever be on camera.
Yeah.
Like how we are face to face.
Right.
But I think that's probably the most we'll get from her is that she's not comfortable being on the internet. So
I get the same thing from my wife. Every now and then she'll get a little appearance, like if she's her hand right over here giving me something, or we hear her in the background, talking some mess to me. But it's always fun because she'll pop in the chat and say hi to everybody every now and then too. But yeah, the comfortability as far as the face, the camera, it's just not there. Doesn't need to be there either.
Us guys, we don't care.
Yeah.
Most of the time how we look. I mean, you though, Jay, you're always looking like really like
I cut my hair off. I was so sick and tired of like doing my hair, so I had to take a break. had to cut it off.
Man, Jay always looks good for the live stream.
Appreciate it, man.
For the most part, we're like, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever we look, we just show up on stream, and
it is what it is. If I have a hat on, I was like, nope, not trying today, guys. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. The cardboard robot in here said, "Take your shirt off, Stocked."
He's always.
Hey, you need to go over.
He's always like saying stuff like that. I don't know.
CBR is out here trying to get you more subs. He's trying to expand the diversity of your sub stock. That's all I'm saying. It's
never gonna happen. Let's just say that. My thing was, if you get Brawly polls to do it, I'll do it as well. So you got to convince Brawly first, and then we'll talk.
Broly should do it, man. What, Broly? Broly, come on. You're the one that's the swollest out of all of us. I think you need to get on that, man. Broly, get them subs up real quick. He's saying be more progressive sales to each other. Oh man, Corey Schmidt in here said, "Do y'all think Pokemon will go borderless at some point? I think that's why Evo Skies did so well." Maybe
they're kind of going borderless with the EXs. They are kind of popping out of the frame, sometimes past the border as well. So I think it'll probably be something they will incorporate because they do know a lot of people like the artworks not being confined to that little square. But I don't know when they're gonna do something like that. It would be nice to see though, but I don't know. Probably eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be a nice, a different look to give like the cards to, and I think people would appreciate it. But again, we'll see. I don't know if they ever will, just because they've been having the same formula for so long, So I feel like it might, one thing at a time. They just gave us silver borders for this era, so they maybe getting rid of them too soon might be a bad thing. I don't know. Yeah, some people still miss the yellow borders.
I kind of wish that they expanded on V-Stars more, because I felt like that kind of format didn't have a lot of attention at all. Like we saw
it was here and gone so quickly.
Like, it was so weird, because when I first saw that Charizard alt art V-Stars, like, man, this is the next thing that they're gonna incorporate into the TCG, and then it was just gone. I was like, wow, that's short-lived.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Exactly.
It just it ran its course very quickly. Roche's Pokedex in here said, "Jay and or Stocked, any plans to go full-time YouTube in the future?" Asked Roche.
I'll let you go first, Jay.
I mean, that would be, I think when you start off with content, you do it because you really love it and you enjoy it, and that's what gives you longevity with it. Now, if you put in the effort and the opportunity arises to do something like that, and you're able to do it, something like that, I think we'll go for it, But, you always have to, cross your T's and dot your I's, and make sure that it's something that you can sustain, because, nothing is guaranteed. All this could be gone tomorrow. It's just, I guess it's very, very difficult to do it. I think within the Pokemon space, especially, I think the only person that's really able to do it successfully in a consistent basis is probably Rev at this point. And that's because he's had this, he's been in the hobby for a lot longer, at a much larger scale than either of us. I mean, if I was put in the position like, here, you can do this full time and you will be perfectly fine for the rest of your life, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do this. I would love to. But being realistic about it, and actually doing it are two different things. Would I love to do it? Absolutely. Am I in the position to do it right now? No. I don't know how you feel about it.
I have an announcement to make. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
As of right now, I'm going 3/4 time.
One of these days, I would love to. I kind of have like a dream, maybe one day of opening a card shop.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's probably in the far future. But yeah, I think one day, if the time is right, if as you said, if all the numbers add up, and it makes sense to just go ahead and do so, I definitely will.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, probably not. Maybe not for the next 5 years or so. But
yeah,
it is a dream of mine to maybe just have some sort of shop. Maybe not even a traditional shop. Maybe just an online shop. I don't know
right.
How it's gonna look, but maybe one of these days.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that has to be built up over a long period of time if you actually want to do it successfully. Because even like for Rev is an example. I mean, although he does daily content, and he's obviously toned back on the live streams a lot, significantly. That used to be the predominant amount of content that was coming out of his channel at one point, and now he kind of reversed that. He also has different things on the side, whether he's selling on his eBay, whether he's selling on his personal page, or you have to have multiple streams of income in order to be able to be successful, I think, in the content space. Sure. It's a difficult thing to manage, and it's all on you at that point. So you definitely have to be ready for it and factor in a ton of different things.
Yeah. It's a lot of, it's scary in a sense, but if it makes sense to do so, I would love to do it. One day.
Yeah. And then don't get me wrong, I would love to do it too. And I mean, that is something that I would trying to put my best foot forward in. Like I said, guys, I'm going to have some pre-recorded content starting to come out again by mid-February, end of February this month, because I do want to put my best foot forward. And, if I have the opportunity right now, why not do all you can in order to achieve something that you want to do? Cardboard Robot said, I was trying to help Stock get a shot, but he kept playing with my emotions.
He wants me to just do it tomorrow. I'm like, hey, there's a lot of stuff.
I got kids to feed.
I can't just. All right, boom, tomorrow we got a shop open and we're going. So
yeah.
In the future, though, I do want possibly something like that.
That's awesome.
I can see it happen, but it's just not the right time, especially with the newborn on the way. I don't think we should be opening up a shop before the newborn gets here. I don't think
it's perfect time, man. Now or never. Mother Superior, welcome in. Traded my Pokemon Center Squirtle promo for a Crown Zenith Mewtwo and $20 at Frank & Sons. Is the system broken? Said Mother Superior. Honestly, I'm not sure what the Pokemon Center promo Squirtle is going for right now, but if you got something that you enjoy out of it, good on you. Fierce Fire threw a question in the chat, said, question for both. Would you guys ever consider doing pack openings together at all? I mean, off the top, it would be yes,
for sure.
Trying in person is a different story, because we live pretty far away. But like in a live stream setting, it's always a possibility. But that's why, man, when you go to Card Party Gen 3, it's the perfect opportunity right there.
For sure.
And, that's when most of the creators, I think, really just get a chance to tap in with one another. And, it's always good conversations and good company. So I really hope you're going to be part of the third one, at least, but, like you said, you got some other priorities to take care of right now. It's absolutely awesome. Let's see. Cardboard Robot asking the questions that's going to divide the chat. Who is your favorite chat member and what do you love about me? CBR top Top 250 for sure. Top 250.
Oh my gosh, Cardboard. It's never a dull moment with you, Cardboard. I will say that. It's never a dull moment with you.
He's
Really
funny,
appreciate
man.
all the support, man.
He's hilarious.
He is.
Nelson
Good guy too. He's a good guy too.
Yeah, man, I know he's been trying to get me out to the shop too, and I'm like, it's been tough with the timing and everything. But I'm not this coming week, CBR, but I think the next week after that we should be able to link up, and so we should be able to link up for the first time. And I'll hit up Broly. I'll text Broly and tell him to make time too. Why not? I'll ask him to make time. Like I got that much pull with Broly real quick. Like Broly, you need to be here and here and here right now. Nelson Cornejo coming in here said, "Yo, Jay, ask him the question that divided your channel: Mew or Mewtwo? Mew or Mewtwo stocked right now?"
I'll say this.
No cop out.
Stocked says Mewtwo just because Mewtwo is so amazing. BA. Sock says Mew, so take it with what you will. Kind of have it out there.
He's dividing his own channel. I'm waiting on Jay Roche. Said, yeah, he is 100%. Mewtwo for me though. Mewtwo is just dope. I think that was the last question in queue right now, Stocked. Man, so I mean, I guess we kind of did get that outlook of, you know, a long-term goal of yours. Do you have any short-term goals for yourself, like with the channel and where you want to see it, what direction you want to see it go?
Yeah, I think with this year, I wanted to focus more solely on long-form content. I want to get my long-form content because I think we do pretty well with the live streams. You guys have just been amazing with all the support. Yeah. But I want to make sure that, you know, I can get my long-form content kind of at the same level that I have with YouTube Shorts and live streams. I think that's my main focus of this year. Probably start some relations with some good editors that, you know, has a similar, you know, mindset that I do, and just kind of try to make the best content that I can for the long form, and, you know, try to new ideas, because I'm always like brainstorming ideas that I want to incorporate into the channel. But that's probably my kind of short-term goal, is to just better content for the long form videos, just have better engagement with more people around YouTube, because not everyone that watches your long form content comes over to the live streams as well. Some people, they stay solely to your long form content, and it's just not for them. So kind of want to just, you know, up the ante on that.
Branch out to a different audience. It's gonna get it's crazy to me how different the audiences are within like the three aspects of YouTube, whether it's a short form live stream or the long form content. There's like so many different people that just watch one form of content. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. There's like a little bit of overlap, but yeah, the majority of the crowds are stuck in their three different zones there. So it's weird, but you know, maybe YouTube will come out with something that mashes all of them together. And you know, because I know that a lot of your long form content, that those notifications don't go out to people that watch your short form content. So it's just kind of weird audience divergence there. So. Yeah,
YouTube is weird when it comes to those notifications. You know, I still don't understand it. You know, maybe one day I'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I could probably just focus on live streams as well as YouTube Shorts, which a lot of rip and shippers do, and there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Right.
I think a lot of the big, you know, the big rip and ship YouTubers, that's what they just primarily focus on. But for me, I want, you know, because long form content has always been, you know, a part of the channel, and I want that to grow with all the other aspects as well. So just kind of want to focus on that for the long term or the shorter term.
I agree, man, because I started the channel. I was just doing long form content with it, right? So it was like a bittersweet thing, kind of, you know, just mostly predominantly doing live streams. I feel like the creation aspect of things, you know, I want to get back into that. And that's really why I want to put an emphasis on it this year as well. And hopefully, it goes well for the both of us, you know, and trying to reintroduce that aspect back into the channel. And I'm looking forward to it. Last thing that will kind of like I'll ask you before we run that giveaway. Actually, let me open up that giveaway right now, courtesy of Mr. PokésStocked. If you guys did I already open it? Oh, I already opened it. It's already in. Exclamation point raffle. If you guys want to get in, there's a giveaway going on right now. No, I did not open it. I'm lying to you guys. I lied to the chat at least twice a stream, so it's fine. There we go. Exclamation point raffle. Courtesy of PokésStocked, he's giving away that slab, that Pikachu slab from Crown Zenith, the secret rare. I was going to ask you, for any other content creators or aspiring content creators, can you give me some sort of do you have any 2 cents that you would give to anybody that's like starting a channel right now? Putting him on the spot.
Just start.
Yes.
That's probably the best advice I can give anyone that's thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Just start with whatever you have. The longer you are on YouTube, the better the algorithm knows you and your audience.
Mm-hmm.
So the longer that you wait to get started, it's detrimental to your growth. And 2, consistency. So when I was grinding with the long form and YouTube shorts, it was consistent. Like every day I'd be posting shorts. I pretty much went an entire year without posting a video.
You were killing it with that, man.
Crazy.
You're killing it.
And then the long form content, obviously it takes a lot more time to edit and all that jazz, but just be consistent with that. At least 1 video or 2 videos a week. So it's a grind. I'll say that it's not easy. Being a content creator is not easy because 1, you got your personal life that you have to juggle as well, and 2, we can't hire like fancy editors and have the best cameras and all that jazz. So it's really upon yourself to edit your own videos, and it is time consuming. So just be consistent with it. I would say just be consistent, especially with your first year. Gets you the kind of audience that YouTube expects you to have, and the sort of algorithm that you kind of are building with your channel. So just be consistent.
The consistency is key. There's been so many times I've been inconsistent with things, and it shows, it reflects in whatever metric you're looking at. It definitely reflects. So the consistency, big thing. But Stock, like you said, just turn the camera on and do it. That's the biggest part. Even now, that's like the toughest part of starting a pre-recorded video. Not what I'm going to do is just turning on the camera and actually doing it can be a very difficult thing, even at this point. So don't ever get deterred, guys. Don't ever get deterred.
Yeah. And don't ever think that a video is not going to perform well, or a video is not good, or if it's not up to your standard. Trust me, there's many times where I was like, man, this video is just, I don't know it's not good. And then I put it on YouTube, and it just shoots off, and I'm like, what?
And
why?
Then
there's a video, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a really good video, and I put it on YouTube, and then it just goes nowhere. I'm like, what?
That happens every time. That happens every time.
So you never know what's gonna happen. You don't know what the algo likes. You don't know what it's gonna push out to people. So just put it out there. The worst that happens is you get no views, and it's just it's fine. Just move on to the next one. So don't be discouraged. It's I don't think a lot of us know exactly what the algo wants anyways. The majority of us are just
it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle still, man. I'm not very good with the Rubik's Cube, so it's a Rubik's Cube to me. So if you guys know how to solve Rubik's Cubes and know how to solve this algorithm thing, please let us know.
DM.
Yeah, DM. both of us, please.
Both of us.
Just let me know. Let us both know. Yeah, man. I think that's a good way to close it out. Just giving kind of our 2 cents on different things as far as what you should do to if you want to start your channel, man. Stocked, I'm so glad I was finally able to get you in here, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a lot of fun with the conversation and everything. Meanwhile, you guys are still getting in that raffle. If you guys didn't already do so, I am going to make sure I don't forget to find a channel to redirect to. Usually on the podcast, I never redirect because I always forget, because my entire screen right over here is taken up between the two of us. So I don't have a lot of room to play with, but we're going to redirect to somebody in the Pokemon content space. And of course, guys, make sure you check out PokésStocked. I know most of you guys, if not all of you guys, should be subscribed to him. And if you're not subscribed to him, fix that. Yeah, please fix that. Man, like I said, Stock, it's been awesome to be able to see your progression with everything. And you've come a long way in a short time, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do with it this year too, especially now that you want to add back in the long form content. I think that's where it's at. I think, that there's a reason the Rev switched his style to doing the long form content.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think that is definitely something I want to focus on. So hopefully it goes well, and we'll see. It's going to be a struggle because I'm kind of used to like the whole live stream, getting kind of lost in all that the inventory, all the shipping and stuff. But
yeah,
I think it's going to take some time to get a good schedule down. But for sure, that is something I do want to focus on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You got to, and I'm sure it's going to do very well. Like you said, your previous pre-recorded content was very good too. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of everybody that's doing like anything that's in our niche. I'm a big fan of just the creation aspect of it. So I'm a big fan of you, Stocked. I'm glad that you came on here. Let's go ahead and pick 2 people this time. Again, if I have 2 energies. If you guys know my channel, you guys know that we are always prepared for any situation. I got them. I got 2 energy cards and I dropped things. Perfect. Let's do it. All right, guys. Good luck to everybody in here. Let's close this entries and pick 2 people for this Pikachu Slabby. B-Pop. Really, B-Pop? B-Pop is out here nerfing the system. B-Pop, you are crazy. And my then B-Pop and my then, good luck to you too.
Good luck.
Two awesome supporters for the freaking entire community. So good luck. We have some Pokemon cards here. I'm just gonna try to do my best to mix them up on screen. If I don't put them on screen, my bad. Yo, Dead Guy 24/7 gifting a membership. Let's go. Big Slim 91 getting gifted that membership. Appreciate you, Dead Guy. Shout out to my guy, Dead Guy 24/7. Okay. This one goes here. And this one goes here.
Sorry to put you on the spot, Jay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So B-Pop, my then. Let's show B-Pop first. B-Pop with the Voltorb that has 50 HP. So, hey, B-Pop, that's solid. And my then, let's see what you got, man. The Magikarp with 30 HP.
Let's go.
B-Pop out here getting done dirty both times after he put that member milestone of the 15 months rigged.
Says, no way, man. Let's
way.
Go,
dude, I saw you in here lurking the entire time. My then, thank you so much for being in here. Everybody else has been in here too. Thank you all. Stocked, let anybody that's in here know what you got going on the channel this coming week. If you have anything coming up.
So I got a video that I am working on. It is a kind of intro to how to submit your cards to PSA. Nice. So be on the lookout for that. I felt like with my latest PSA submission videos, a lot of people were asking my process and how I submit cards to PSA. So that's going to be coming out hopefully sometime this week. And then we've got our live stream on Wednesday this week as well. Going to be opening up Paldean Fates. We got some battles going on and a bunch of new slabs incoming probably on Thursday. And then we'll have a live stream on Saturday, most likely on Saturday as well. So
awesome, man.
We got going on here.
Good to hear, man. Yeah, make sure you guys check out the new video when he drops it. Always go support Stocked on his streams as well. They're crazy. I'm telling you, this man will blow out your speakers, blow out your earbuds, whatever you got on. Yeah, man. Watch your ears when Stock's around. He's pulling some fire.
I warn you. I always try.
You do. You put down. Again, man, thank you so much for coming through. Frank's this Wednesday, Jay said the cardboard robot. Dude, I have a podcast on this coming Wednesday with freaking OTP. Oh, so OTP's coming up.
I've got 026 Gonzo. I'm going to be on his channel for a podcast as well. So make sure you guys tune in there.
Is that next week?
Ask him additional questions. I think it's this coming week, I believe. I think he said Friday.
Nice.
Sure it's this coming Friday.
Shout out to Gonzo.
You guys haven't subbed to him, make sure you guys go ahead and do so as well.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so make sure you guys go show love to Stocked. I can't make it to Frank's this Wednesday cardboard. Possibly this weekend. I'm lying. I might be lying. Maybe this weekend. But thank you guys again so much for coming through. You guys are going to get redirected to the Poke Factory. So if you guys are in here and you're looking to see actual Pokemon content getting ripped, go check out the Poke Factory. Again, thank you all so much for being in here. Stocked. Thank you so much for being in here. Again. Guys.
Fantastic host.
Dude, appreciate you. Man. You guys have been amazing. Go show some love to the Poke Factory. PokésStocked raid. PokésStocked raid on there.
I was thinking that you're going to say that.
Please hit them with the PokésStocked, not stocked, socked raid.
I'm so confused.
All right, man. Thank you all so much for being in here. And until next time,
every single one of you.
My name is Joey. This is Stocked. Peace out, guys.